Hi, this is the Roy Adaptation and Dorothy Johnson Behavioral Model, presented by Monica, Ronke, Emeka, Joshua, and Uche. The background of the Roy Adaptation Theory. The person is a biosocial being. The person is in constant interaction with the changing environment. The person responds positively to environmental changes, and the person's adaptation is a function of the stimulus he is exposed to and his adaptation level. The person's adaptation level is such that it comprises a zone indicating the range of stimulation that will lead to a positive outcome. There is a dynamic objective for existence with ultimate goal of achieving dignity and integrity. The concepts of the Roy theory include adaptation, the person, the environment, the health, and nursing. Adaptation is responding positively to environmental changes. The person has to do with being in constant interaction with a changing environment, uses innate and acquired mechanisms to adapt. An adaptive system described as a whole comprised of parts. Environment has to do with the focal, internal, or external, and immediately confronting the person. All conditions, circumstances, and influences surrounding and affecting the development and behavior of persons and groups with particular consideration of mutuality of person and earth resources, including focal, contextual, and residual stimuli. Invisible dimension of a person's life is the health. It's represented by a health-illness continuum, a state and a process of being and becoming integrated and whole. The nurse's role is to promote adaptation in the 4 adaptive modes. To promote adaptation for individuals and groups in the 4 adaptive modes, thus contributing to health, quality of life, and dying with dignity by assessing behaviors and factors that influence adaptive abilities and by intervening to enhance environmental interactions. The Roy Adaptation Model is the Dorothy Johnson Behavioral Model. The Dorothy Johnson Behavioral Model is a model of nursing care that advocates the fostering of efficient and effective behavioral functioning in the patient to prevent illness. The 3 functional requirements for each subsystem include protection from noxious influences, provision for a nurturing environment, and stimulation for growth. The major concepts of Dorothy Johnson's theory include the human being has 2 major systems, the biological and the behavioral system. The society relates to the environment in which the patient exists. The health is a purposeful adaptive response to internal and external stimuli in order to maintain stability and control. And the primary goal of nursing is to foster equilibrium in the individual patient.
This is of Roy adaptation theory. Persons have mutual relationship with the world and God. Human meaning is rooted in an omega point convergence of the universe. God is intimately revealed in the diversity of creation and is the common destiny of creation. Persons use human creation creative abilities of awareness, enlightenment, and faith. Persons are accountable for the processes of deriving, sustaining, and transforming the universe. The strength of the Roy adaptation theory. The theory suggests the influence of multiple causes in a situation, which is strength when dealing with a multifaceted human beings. The sequence of concepts in Roy's model follows logically. In the presentation of each of the key concepts, there is a recurring idea of adaptation to maintain integrity. Every concept was operationally defined. The concept of Roy's model are stated in relatively simple terms. The major strength of the model is that it guides nurses to use observation and interviewing skills in doing an individualized assessment of each person. The weakness of the Roy adaptation theory. Painstaking application of the model requires significant input of time and effort. Roy's model has many elements, systems, structures, and multiple concepts. In comparing the philosophical basis for the Roy's adaptation model with the philosophical basis for Dorothy Johnson theory, there are four assumptions about the system. There is organization, interaction, interdependency, and integration of the parts and elements of behavior that go to make up the system. Number two, a system tends to achieve a balance among the various forces operating within and upon it, and patients continuously strive to maintain balance in their behavioral systems by autonomic adjustments and changes to the natural forces. 3. A behavioral system which requires some measure of regularity and constancy in behavior is essential to the patient in that it has an important purpose in social life as well as for the individual. 4. A system balance reflects adjustments and adaptations that are successful in some way and to some degree. The strength of the Dorothy Johnson theory. She provided a framework of reference for nurses concerned with specific client behavior. So, Johnson's behavioral model can be generalized across the lifespan and across cultures. Dorothy Johnson's behavioral system model contributed much on the nursing profession. She also identified in her theory the major purpose and role of the theory in the nursing profession that is to keep the level of the behavioral system in equilibrium up to highest level. Until now, this is our goal, and that is to maintain clients' health to the optimum level. The theory serves as a tool or guide to motivate patients on the behavior of man during distress. Its scope and uses was not limited only to the patient care in practice of nursing, but it was also used by the administrators and also in researches. Her theory changed how the world sees nursing profession separate in medicine, because Johnson believes that nursing care has a definite effect on the health of a person, which is not the same on how medicine performs its duties and responsibilities alleviating the health of the person. This theory contributed very much in shaping the future of our profession and how nursing profession was viewed today. Then the weakness of the Dorothy Johnson theory. Johnson does not clearly interrelate her concept of subsystems comprising the behavioral system model. The definition of concept is so abstract that they are difficult to use. It is difficult to test Johnson's model by the development of hypotheses. The focus on the behavioral system that makes it difficult for nurses to work with physically impaired individuals to use this theory. The model is very individual oriented, so that nurses working with a group have difficulty in its implementation. The model is very individual oriented, so the family of the client is only considered as an environment. Johnson does not define the expected outcomes when one of the systems is affected by the nursing implementation. An implicit expectation is made that all humans in all cultures will attain same outcome homeostasis. Johnson's behavioral system model is not flexible.
Roy adaptation theory to patient care. Using Roy's 6-step nursing process, the nurse assesses the behavior and stimuli affecting those behaviors. The nurse takes the nursing diagnosis of the person's adaptive state and set goals to promote adaptation. Nursing interventions are aimed at managing the stimuli to promote adaptation and evaluate those steps by manipulating the stimuli and not the patient. The nurse enhances the interaction of the person with the environment, thereby promoting health in The related concepts of the Roy model to the care of patients with Alzheimer's disease. It was found that ineffective coping responses can be used to describe disease-related disruptive behaviors. The degenerative disease process will result in the impairment of focal stimuli such as memory and personality because focal stimuli are progressively impaired. The goal of nursing using the Roy model will be to promote adaptive responses through manipulation of the contextual stimuli, the patient's environment. Positive patient outcome is achieved following environmental interventions. This suggests that the Roy adaptation model could be very valuable in devising nursing care strategy for patients with Alzheimer's disease. While in Dorothy Johnson theory to the patient's care, the behavioral model has been used to develop nursing interventions for patients in the hospital setting. For example, Roy in 1980 used the model to guide care of an adult patient with an amputee and a distorted body image. The model has also been used by Harvard in 1989 to guide the care of a stroke patient suffering from hemiplegia. Johnson also proposed the idea that nursing should focus on a person's behavior rather than on their state of health or disease condition. Primary preventive measures have become the focus of healthcare in an attempt to reduce healthcare costs as well as improve patients' health outcome. A representation of Johnson's model is to have a goal set, choice of behavior, then behavior. If a person is sick, their goal is to become healthy. The set describes one's predisposition to achieve their goal. The set will likely influence how they behave in order to become healthy. The behavior is the actual manifestation of their path to reach their goal. This model is basically a plan of action mentally to come to life physically through a person's own behavior.
Roy adaptation theory in nursing education. The adaptation model is also useful in the education setting. Roy states that the model defines for students the distinct purpose of nursing, which is to promote man adaptation in each of the adaptive modes in situation of health and illness. The Roy adaptation model was one of the models to be included in the first year of the baccalaureate program of School of Nursing at the University of Ottawa. The professor had to meet 4 challenges during these changes. 1. Adapting the course to be convenient to the Roy's model. Developing teaching tools suitable for student learning. Situation of content for student learning. Obtaining content roles model. Dr. Johnson theory application to nursing education. Johnson's was to create a curriculum focused on nursing and not to derive solely from other disciplines. She believed that nursing is a discrete science, and I believe I've held true. Williams and Cohen's 2008. Education guided by her model was focused on the study of behavioral system as a whole and as a composite of subsystems. Johnson theory and idea also helped shape the focus of the nursing graduate program from teaching and administration to clinical nursing specialists and nurse practitioner programs, whereby Johnson 2008. These programs help identify nursing as a unique discipline and as a profession. Johnson idea were also incorporated in the development of nursing education program at the University of Colorado, University of California, University of Hawaii, and California State University.
Theory in nursing research. Roy has stated that the theory development and the testing of developed theories are nursing's highest priorities. The module must be able to regenerate testable hypotheses for it to be researchable. Fawcett and Tolman used the module for the design of studies measuring functional status after childbirth. They also used the module of retrospective and longitudinal studies of variables associated with functional status during the postpartum period. The module was also used for ongoing studies of functional status during pregnancy and after the diagnosis of breast cancer. The module facilitated the selection of study variables and clarified thinking about the classification of study variables. The module was a useful guide for the design and conduct of studies of functional status. Application in research of the Dorothy Johnson theory. With a very definite goal, it made the researcher to have a set of standards and are able to calculate how effective a nursing intervention as well as providing standards and guidelines in research. According to McQuan and Willis 2007, Johnson theory was tested in more than 20 research studies. These include studies conducted in various patient populations, such as the visually impaired, elementary school children, and cancer patients. Johnson and Weber in Cromwell 2008, and in the development of tools to measure the concepts presented in the module. The explanation of the concepts in the behavioral module was criticized for being highly abstract, and the theoretical assumptions were descriptive. This can inspire researchers to study the relationship between the concept and the behavioral system further, and to retest the assumptions. Opportunity for research is also attributed to the limited publication of Johnson's theory. Johnson never published a book about it, but she wrote several chapters and articles that contain her ideas according to McQueen and Willis 2007. This gives researchers a chance to review and examine the aspects of her theory that may lack in clarity.
Roy adaptation theory in health disparity. Health disparities with the Roy adaptation theory is deficient because some communities lack availability of healthcare due to low socioeconomic constraints. Hence, the process of adaptation may adversely be affected. Example, a stroke patient may not have access to rehabilitative therapy due to lack of funds, no transportation to the location, and lack of adaptive equipment, and so on. Dorothy Johnson theory application to health disparity. Health disparities with the Johnson theory can be seen in communities with low socioeconomic level being unable to support healthy behaviors to prevent illnesses. Examples include families and individuals who are unable to afford healthy food for their families, lack of exercise and healthy lifestyle changes due to knowledge deficit.
In summary, Johnson's behavioral system module of nursing care advocates the fostering of efficient and effective behavioral functioning in the patient to prevent illness. Theories such as Dorothy Johnson help to pave the way for future nurses to continue to prove the excellent contributions that nursing offers to patients, separate and in collaboration with the field of medicine. While the Roy adaptation module helps patients to adapt positively to external stimulus. Jennifer,
Yes,
I am
Mom?
so frustrated. Can you
What?
imagine in a month I haven't taken my medicine? I cannot work. I can't take my medicine. Your dad goes out every day and comes up with no food, no money, no nothing. And he keeps telling me he's trying.
Mom,
He needs to do better.
Mom, you need to understand because Dad doesn't have work now, he doesn't have any job right now, so you need to just try to bear with him. You know, when he has his money, he always provide for the money, but
Hello, who is in the house?
It's a whole month now. John, yes, I was talking to your daughter. I am
What's
really
going on in this house?
I am
Hello,
really, what
how are
do you
you,
mean, hi,
Dad?
Dad? I have not had my medicine in 1 month. Every
What
day
the hell
I
is
ask
your
you
mom
for
is
money
talking
to buy
about?
my
What the hell is
medicine,
she
and
talking
there's no
about?
money.
I tried to explain to mom that she just taking it. No, you've not taken your medication.
I'm,
for some
what do you
time
even
now. You
want
just
me to
take
do?
it.
I'm trying to do my best
You
to
need to
comply.
understand
I'm
each
trying to
other.
help
You know,
myself,
you
and
know,
nobody's helping me. And now I'm just feeling dizzy right now.
Doesn't
I can't
understand
think.
that I have been paying the money. I've been paying the car.
Are you okay?
I've been doing everything. Let's take her to the hospital. Let's take her to the hospital. Call 911. I got to call 911. I got to call 911. This is ridiculous. I can't understand this. I was just having a simple argument with your mother. I was just coming back and, she just,
that's okay, that's
pounced
okay.
on me and was like complaining about
Hello,
money.
what's going on here? What's going on here?
Hi, doctor.
How are you doing?
It's my mom, and she's sleeping right now.
She's sleeping right now.
And she and my dad were just arguing over the financial something. We keep arguing. That's when she just suddenly fell.
Fell down.
Yeah,
Wow. So what led to the situation? She's supposed to be on her medication, high blood pressure medication. Has she not been compliant or what?
She has not been compliant. She doesn't take the medication. Anytime she always complains, oh, your dad doesn't give me money, something like that. So
How long has she not been compliant with the medication?
Almost 2 weeks now.
So 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Why is she not compliant?
Well, because of her behavior. I think that's a behavioral problem, She's not been, complying with her medication, So that's what I can attribute to that.
I think I understand that you lost your job recently.
Yeah. I lost my job and it impacted on my finances,
So that might have affected her change of behavior.
Yeah, it affected her behavior, because I used to give her money all the time. She's the type that is used to money, So when the money is not there,
she's doing fine. Like she's sleeping. She will soon be out.
Where am I?
Mom, hey.
I'm happy you are back. Oh, good. You're awake right now. Doctor is here to see you.
Hello, how you doing? We take care of you. So we make sure that everything's going to be all right. But you need to constantly take some medication because we can't be having this thing coming up often and often again. I was told by the nurses that you had a stroke about 2 weeks ago. Less than 2 weeks ago, precisely, a week ago. All right, but you need to take your medication. Yeah, we're gonna send you. We're gonna make sure we're gonna send you to rehab.
Mom, you'll be okay.
And we're gonna educate you. Tell me some nurses. They're gonna educate you on focus you on how to so that you make sure that you take your medication regularly. Okay. And then you have to change your lifestyle. You have to be on a healthy diet. You have to your salt intake. You have to change at least 2 grams, 2 grams sodium a day. Okay. Then you have to cut on fats. You have to lose your weight. Then you have to eat vegetables, and you have to cut down on your lean meat. At least focus on fish and poultry, no beef.
Yes.
Okay. But most importantly, you have to take your medication. If you don't take that medication, it will come again. You have to change your behavior.
Do you hear the doctor? So you need to try to take your medication. I don't want you to come back to the hospital again,
Yeah, and tell her not to be fighting her husband because of money.
Dad,
That's
we'll sort that one out later. We
have to make sure that she's okay first.
Okay, good.
She just had a stroke, and she's currently coming out of the stroke. So we've seen the result of the CT scan. The right side, one of the right side of the brain is affected.
Thank you,
so it's affecting the left hand side.
Okay, thank you, doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mom, you'll be okay. All you have to do is just be taking your medication and you'll be okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'll make sure I work with you.
Thank you. You'll get better, okay?
I love you too, Mom.
You'll be all right.
Oh, you guys, don't fight right now. Don't fight now. That's a sweetheart. Yeah? Don't fight.
Your daughter is going to take care of you. Okay, let me go and get money so that, we can use it to take care of you in the hospital, okay? I know you like money.
From the drama you people have watched, you can see that there's a financial difficulty in the house, and the lady have started with not taking her medication, thereby developing a behavioral problem to them, and that's why she had a stroke. As nurses, we'll be using a behavioral system model whereby we formulate a nursing care plan about behavioral modification. During that illness, we will reinforce her behavior until patients will fully recovered and fully change her behavior towards self-care.